Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 Mud in Minecraft, where we are currently over in the mining dimension mechanism area, I guess you would call it, really. The radioactive area is probably going to be more accurate, because I don't have a good track record, but I've gotten the frames for our turbines set up for the next step, so that's nice. I don't have to worry about that. I just got to get the glass in and every other piece that I'm going to need. But first, I would like to mention this. So, I had a small problem happen in between, well, not even technically in between episodes. It happened at the end of last episode, and I just didn't mention it because I was like, how do I even solve this issue? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. And that is that we ran out of uranium. Like, it was completely empty. But now, we're gaining uranium. Because I set up this little system. Now, this isn't an original thought. I didn't even think of this myself at all, in any way, shape, or form. This is all based off from, if you know Chosen Architect, he's the one I found this through. So what I've got is I've got some insanium farmland with the uranium seeds planted, and then some growth crystals, or growth accelerators, using crystal resonators to actually power them. And that's not even all. If we actually go down here, actually I need to use my shrinking gadget. I also have some lily pads of fertility to help boost the speed of the growth. That's what you're hearing every so often, is like a bone meal type effect. Yeah, I needed that because just this whole thing, I don't think you quite understand how badly I ran out of uranium. And it looks like I'm on fire. But we've got uranium under control now, thanks to all of that. It's all being sent back into the system, so we're still creating the fuel, the fissile fuel for this. Although it is now bottlenecked by sulfur, because I think sulfur is starting to drain slowly. Or, well, quickly, really. Actually, look at that. Look at that go. But, you know what? I'm okay with that. The sulfur's not that big of a deal. It's still there. If we ever actually run out of sulfur, then I'll probably duplicate that either over here or over here and just add more sulfur seeds. But today, it's about the turbines. So let's get the things. Well, let's get the materials for this first. And to start off with, we are going to start with the turbine vents. Now, I've got over 1,000 vents, and that should be enough for all three by the calculations in here, that is. Because it says 345 per, so I'm hoping that's right, but I have a feeling it's wrong. So we're just going to go around and start placing these guys in. And they're going to be here at the top, as well as on the sides at the top. And we're going to go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to look like that all the way around. And I got to do that for all 3 of them. And I have a feeling I might run out. So let me start putting these in real quick. Yep, and I thought so. I didn't have enough turbine vents to finish off the roof over there, or the side and the roof up here. So I'm still missing a few. I might have been able to finish 2 if I hadn't started on this third one as well, but I was still going to need some. So let me make some more real quick. Alrighty, now that we've got those vents in place, the next thing we want to do is actually get the rotors and blades in place, because we want to, well, we're going to fill this area with stuff, but we're going to want to see how high it goes. So it's obviously going to go up to at least there, but we need to find our center block. So give me you. Give me, and you. That, wait. I had you. I had you. Oh, no, the 50. Yeah, I forgot they changed that to where now it moves. But it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, this row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This block should be our center. That feels about center. So we're going to go up 14 rods. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How did I even place you there? I have no idea. 12, 13, 14. So it says it's going to go all the way up there, but I think these last two are going to be unnecessary. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and there. Now, the easiest part is actually getting these blades on. We just right click and they just start placing themselves on. And there we go. Although it feels like I might be missing a few. 1 second. I might be missing a few, but for now we're just gonna roll with it. So we want the rotational complex. This guy is gonna go right at the top here, the tippy top. It's gonna connect to that. That's actually what's gonna control the, the fan spinning. And then the electromagnetic coils. We have 4 per, which actually I don't think is enough, because I would think I may need at least 5 per. So electro means I'm gonna need 4 more, I think. So that's gonna look like that. And then all around this is where we're actually going to be putting pressure dispersers. These guys are literally just going to fill the space in between here and here. So let me copy this over a couple times and maybe see if I can't get a couple more blades attached. But yeah, let me get this all figured out real quick. Okay. I'm not dumb, but I am dumb. I forgot the pressure dispersers actually go on only this bottom level, and then the saturating condensers actually go in the middle here. Now, I did find out that the max of these electromagnetic coils is 7, not 5. So I just added 2 more per guy, so we're all good there. But now we just want to actually take these and fill up this area completely like I was doing before. And then we'll be all set. Alrighty, now it's all fixed up. Underneath all of these, or I should say above actually, are saturating condensers filled to the brim. So now we should just need to place in the structural glass. And I am pretty positive I don't have enough structural glass. So I'm just going to start, get the process started on, yeah, just doing that. And if I'm not mistaken, this is another one of those blocks that, yep, is not compatible with the building gadget. So I need to actually go and get my construction stick. And I need to actually get all the structural glass in my inventory and start building these up. Alrighty, after a little over 2,000 structural glass, we have 3 technically built industrial turbines. And if we actually look at the statistics, you can see the tank volume, the steam flow, production, and the max production of energy this will be giving us, which is 69.31 million FE. That's a lot. But the other thing we have to worry about is the max output of water. This will be generating 85,000 buckets of water every tick. Yeah, that's a lot of water. But thankfully, what we can do is from these vents here, we can actually extract the water. So we can simply put up some fluid trash cans up top or on the bottom or on the sides, wherever, and just extract the water into those because we've got infinite water, so we don't really need to worry about that. So yeah. But we do need a place to bring in the steam. So let's go down here. And we've got 5 in the other world. So we probably want, just for symmetry reasons, 5 per one of these. That's only like 15. And it realized, okay, good. And I guess we could technically use these to output the water as well, but we'll see. Can these be set to output water? No. Okay, I can't change their input output thing. They're just valves. So steam will be going in. I probably could set up these to extract as well, but it's just easier just to plop it on the top and let it rip. But now we just need a couple more quantum entangleporters. Well, I need one more. Boop, boop, and done. So we will set these guys up right here. Here. Oop, oop, oop. Here. And here. Now this is going to be needing a different frequency. So we're going to set one for steam. And then it's going to, I believe steam is technically a chemical, not a fluid. So we want to output on the top. So we need some tubes. Here we go. And then we just do this. And we should be set to go. We just need to go over to the other side and do the same thing over there. Well, not the same thing, but set it up to where it sends into here. So let me get these all configured and we'll meet you over there. Alrighty, so steam output is all hooked up and into the quantum chamber. It's already set. So theoretically, we're ready to go. Like, we can easily just turn the system on. We have 54,000 buckets of fissile fuel ready to go, and we're still crafting more. And you can see sulfur's still technically in stock. It's only gone down probably about 20,000 in the last couple. Okay, just FYI, it's been a couple hours since the last time we checked. Like, I think like 2 hours to have made the rest of this video. Yeah. Just a little sneak peek behind the scenes. So we are, you know, at a general loss for sulfur, but we are making it up. So we can come over here, go downstairs and press the button, and this should turn on. Now, there is one last thing I do want to do, and that is over here in each of the corners. I do want to place down a turbine valve, because I believe we can actually extract the power from here as well. So ultimate. This is, yep, this guy, and I believe this connects. Yes, it does. So for now, just for testing, we are going to just trash the energy that this produces. And like I said, it should at max produce 69 million FE. I put my configurator right there. You are. So it should output a lot of energy. 69 times 3, so yeah, that's quite a bit of energy. But we don't have the means to store it right now, so it's all just gonna go in the trash. And I did set up the the water dispersers, or well, water trashes, whatever. I'm getting rid of the water. It's all set up on top here. So all we have to do now is go downstairs and press the button. Oh, and we can see this is turned green, that's turned red. So that's good. That means that the system is online. We should see those kick up soon. We are producing nuclear waste. Is this not... Does this set to waste? We are getting steam? Steam... It'll probably take a minute to start seeing anything. Well, let's go downstairs and see if we see anything happening down here. So these are showing empty, that no waste is actually being produced. So that's good and bad, because that means that we haven't produced any waste yet, but it also means something's, like, the thing's running. We can hear it running. Have you produced any? No? So, well, let's see. The burn rate is at 0.1, so let's just take it up to 1 millibucket a tick and see if we start seeing things come through. Okay, nuclear waste is actually making it into these pipes. You can see it at the top, but it's not going out. Why not? Chemicals, input. Are those powering up yet? Nope. Wait, did I just see? Oh, that one's got steam in it. You can see, because look at the difference between this. Yeah, this one's getting steam, so it's starting to make power. It's only making 16,000, but hey, 16,000 is 16,000. And it is dumping it like it should be. Are we seeing... How's our coolant doing? Coolant's doing fine. Let's go check on it in the other world. Oh, the boiler is online. You can see it's going. And yeah, it's keeping up. Water's keeping up, and it is sending out. Yep, it's sending out the sodium back into here. And we are still at a net gain, so we aren't losing. That's the best thing I've heard so far, is we're at a net gain of sodium. I don't want to be in a net loss. That'll that'll cause boom booms. But yeah, this is doing what it needs to do. I guess it's just our boil rate and the consumption rate. How are we doing on this? I think this is going down. 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is going down right here. But this, we're still generating enough to be gaining fuel. So that's also good. Welp, I found a flaw in my design. And that's not a good flaw. It's a very bad flaw. Nuclear waste cannot be sent through a quantum entangleporter. So it's stuck up there at the surface, and I have to manually bring it down all the way down here. I can still have a switch to switch between which direction it's gonna go, but I'd have to put like the switch on this back wall to say either go into the trash or go into the production area. But yeah, we're just accumulating waste up here at the surface, and that's a bad thing. So yeah, it's all just stuck in that pipe. And before long, this pipe is gonna fill up. Now, we did have a dangerous moment. As you can see, our coolant's kind of low. We are gaining back. But I started raising up the amount of consumption, the burn rate. And I found out, yeah, our burn rate's only 5 at the moment, because apparently our sodium production is not enough. The second we go up to 6, it starts draining. It drains slow on 6, but it does start draining. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So we're gonna have to run this pipe all the way down to the bottom of the world where I'm at. Or, well, I'm not at the bottom, but I am down there. But yeah, I'm also gonna have to figure out a way to increase the amount of sodium production, at least until we fill up our tank back there, and our pipes, because once we do that, then everything's all hunky-dory, we're all fine, because literally it's all just getting recycled at the same rate. So I'm thinking I might end up putting more of those thermodynamic ports out here. But let me run this down, let me get a couple of those things sorted out, and I'll be right back. Some freaky stuff is happening over here, and I'm not happy about it. So a lot has changed in between the last clip and this one, and yeah, I ended up having to move my tank and my boiler over to the mining dimension, and I did set up another growth bed for sulfur, because one was creating uranium, now one's creating sulfur. So yeah, but this guy has been giving me problems for some unknown reason. So before, I had this set at 5 and the sodium was stable. I logged off and I did some stuff, and I then came back, and when I logged back on, at a boil rate of 5, it was too much, or it was not enough. This was just draining through sodium so quickly at a boil rate of 5. So I tried going through a whole bunch of things trying to get it back up to par, and I kind of did, but it took all of these extra. There are 68 on both sides, or no, there's a total of 68. There are a total of 68 towers on the outside of this compound that are just making sodium. And even that was not enough. I couldn't figure it out. Hey guys, editing me here. So it turns out that my recording software decided to screw up and capture no audio or video at this point. So basically, what I was going to be saying in this little portion was that Laser IO and Mechanism did not want to play well together, like at all. At one point, the laser nodes would be working, but the quantum entangler wouldn't. And then the quantum entangler would be working, but not the Laser IO. And it just kept flip-flopping between the two, and then sometimes neither one of them wanted to work with each other. So I would log out, log back in, and things would fix for all of like 5 minutes, and then they would break again. So I ended up just taking things out and just putting everything into the mining dimension other than the fission fuel setup. So that's what's going on here. And now we're just going to be getting back into the video where I explain, what's going on with the boiler being moved over and taking it from there to actually get the whole system up and running fully. The nuclear waste is being taken care of. It is still going downstairs, and it's fine. There hasn't been a problem with that yet. So I'm just wondering if I can up the burn rate on this again. So I'm going to test it real quick with you guys. We're gonna go say 12. And we won't see a problem in here or in here for a minute. It's actually here. We're still gaining. That's good. That means there's no issue. There's no backup over here that I can see. No waste or sodium being... Yep, we're all good over here. That should be generating just a bit more power now. 205,000. That's good. So we're able to go up. Let's go up a bit more. We're still gaining. Let's try 18. Still gaining. How about 20? We're still gaining. $25, still gaining. No problems over here. Fuel still good. Let's go 30. Okay, we've hit a cap. We've had a cap. I think I'm at 30 right now, 35, and we are starting to boil through it in the here. So if we go back down to 30, nope, 20. Okay, 20 is a good number. 20 is good. We are gaining on here. We're technically still gaining on here, so it's just the throughput here that's the issue. Let's see if 25 will actually do it. $25 is at a loss, so 20 is the better magical number right now, at least until things kind of settle down. But, yep, now we get to have fun and actually start taking care of the waste down here at the quote-unquote bottom of the world. However, most of what we're going to be doing is actually gonna have to wait until next time because we've only got like 2 minutes left in the video. So I did a couple things just to prep for what's gonna be going on down here next time. Y'all know this is still working as should be. It should be, oh, right. I had to turn off the system, so nothing's technically going through the pipes. But there is still nuclear waste in the drums, so that's why you see the green particles. But I did add in this. Press to switch between destroy or reprocess. So destroy is on the left, and reprocess is on the right. And I just signaled that with like an isotropic centrifuge and a waste barrel. So yeah. And we just gotta press this button and it'll switch between the two. But I put in a frame door so I can actually get back here and look at the wiring. If we look back here, the switch is literally just a button on another toggle latch. And what it does is we have a redstone torch or just a redstone line that will go to this repeater or that one. It'll power on this side if we want it to destroy, or it'll power on this side if we want it to reprocess. So
that's where these guys come in handy. You can actually toggle whether or not a line has a redstone connectivity. Here we are. Can kind of, if you look in the chat bar, you can see, or actually not the chat bar, just right above my health bar, redstone sensitivity turned on or off. Right? By default, it's off. You can turn it on with the wrench. So I have those turned on. So right now, when it receives a redstone signal, this cuts off the flow of whatever, and it'll, just go over this way to where the actual nuclear barrels are. But if we press the button, it actually switches, and the nuclear waste that's coming in from there will actually just instead go down and then go over there. And I did not even think about that. Will this... It will open the door. I did not even think about that. I'm gonna have to move that the door over here. Whoopsies. There we go. Now it shouldn't affect it. Close. There we go. But yeah. So when it wants to destroy, we'll send it off that way. When we want to reprocess it, it'll just go around this corner, and then we'll be reprocessing it over there. And I do have the lights to indicate as well, but this is actually where we're going to be reprocessing things, because one's going to go on this side, one's going to go on this side for plutonium and polonium. But that, like I said, will be next time. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I know I am. I've been Dorkman191, and this has been All the Mods 10, Modded Minecraft. Bye, y'all.